What to expect? This is a long answer speaking task that tests both listening and speaking skills. You have to retell in your own words the information in a 60 to 90-second lecture. You will do 3 to 4 retell lecture tasks. There is an instructions on the top of the test, and the image related to the topic of the lecture is on the left. The audio status box and volume control are on the right. After the audio finishes, the recording will begin in 10 seconds. You will see the recording status box that tells you when the microphone opens and when it closes.
As you listen, take notes of the main and supporting ideas. Don't try to write down everything you hear. Use keywords, abbreviations, symbols, and arrows to capture the most important ideas and organize them so you can use your notes to speak. When the recording stops, you have 10 seconds before a tone indicates that the microphone is open and the blue bar appears. In the recording status box, use this time to plan how you will begin and the order in which you will present the information.
Honey is a versatile ingredient that has been used for centuries not just as a sweetener, but also as a natural remedy for many health problems. It is rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that promote good health. Can you tell us about some specific health benefits of honey?
Honey has antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties that help in treating wounds, sore throat, and cough. It can also boost immunity, aid digestion, and soothe the nerves. Honey has a low glycemic index, which means it does not spike blood sugar levels like regular sugar. This makes it a great option for people with diabetes or those looking to reduce their sugar intake.
Wow, those are some impressive benefits. How do you use honey in your recipes?
Honey can be used in both sweet and savory dishes to add a unique flavor and a touch of sweetness. It pairs well with cheeses, fruits, nuts, and spices. I use honey in salad dressings, marinades, glazes, and desserts.
That's great, Chef. Do you have any tips for people who want to incorporate honey into their diet?
Yes, I recommend using raw and organic honey as it contains all the natural enzymes and nutrients. Use with honey in your tea, coffee, and other beverages. And always remember to use honey in moderation as it is still a form of sugar.
The interview was about the benefits of honey. The chef explained that honey has been used for centuries not just as a sweetener but also as a natural remedy for many health problems. Honey is rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that promote good health. The antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties of honey can help in treating wounds, sore throat, and cough. Honey also has a low glycemic index, making it a great option for people with diabetes or those looking to reduce their sugar intake. The chef uses honey in both sweet and savory dishes to add a unique flavor and a touch of sweetness.
Exposure to extreme heat can have severe consequences on the human body. When the body is exposed to high temperatures, it tries to regulate its temperature through sweating and increasing blood flow to the skin. However, if the body is unable to cool down enough, it can lead to heat exhaustion or even heat stroke, which can be fatal.
Yes, and heat exhaustion can cause symptoms such as heavy sweating, dizziness, nausea, and headaches. If not treated, it can lead to heat stroke, which can cause the body temperature to rise above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, and this can cause confusion, seizures, organ failure, and even death.
In addition, exposure to extreme heat can also lead to dehydration, which can cause further health problems such as low blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, and kidney damage.
That's correct. Vulnerable groups such as the elderly, children, pregnant women, and people with certain medical conditions such as heart disease are at greater risk of the harmful effects of extreme heat.
To prevent these effects, it is important to stay hydrated, avoid direct sunlight during the hottest parts of the day, wear loose and lightweight clothing, and seek air-conditioned environments when possible.
Yes, and it's also essential to monitor the symptoms of heat exhaustion, such as heavy sweating, fatigue, and muscle cramps. If someone is experiencing these symptoms, it's important to get them to a cooler place and provide fluids and rest. If the symptoms worsen or if heat stroke is suspected, it's important to seek medical attention immediately.
Depression and anxiety are two prevalent mental health disorders that can have a significant impact on a person's daily life, relationships, and overall well-being.
Yes, that's right. Depression is characterized by feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and a loss of interest in activities used to enjoy. Anxiety, on the other hand, is characterized by excessive worry, fear, and a feeling of being on edge.
While depression and anxiety have different symptoms, they often occur together. In fact, research suggests that about 50% of people with depression have an anxiety disorder, and vice versa.
This can make treatment more complex, and it's important for mental health professionals to conduct a thorough assessment to identify both disorders in their patients.
Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is commonly used in anxiety. CBT helps individuals identify negative thought patterns and replace them with more positive ones. It can also teach coping strategies and relaxation techniques to manage anxiety symptoms.
In addition to therapy, medication can also be helpful for individuals. Antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications are commonly used, but it's important to work closely with a healthcare provider to determine the best course of treatment and to monitor for any side effects.
Lifestyle changes can also help manage symptoms of both depression and anxiety. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and stress management techniques like mindfulness and yoga can be beneficial.
The discussion was about depression and anxiety, two common mental health disorders that can affect a person's daily life. Depression can cause feelings of sadness and hopelessness, while anxiety can cause excessive worry and fear. Both disorders can occur together, making treatment more complex. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and medications like antidepressants can help manage symptoms. Lifestyle changes like exercise and stress management techniques can also be beneficial. Seeking help for depression and anxiety is a sign of strength, and with the right support, individuals can learn to manage their symptoms and improve their quality of life.
Plastic pollution is a significant environmental issue that requires immediate action. What are your thoughts on potential solutions?
Well, reducing our reliance on single-use plastics is an essential step. This can be achieved by using reusable bags, water bottles, and food containers. We can also advocate for companies to reduce their use of plastic packaging and switch to more sustainable alternatives.
Yes, and recycling is another important solution. We need to ensure that plastic waste is properly sorted and recycled instead of ending up in landfills or oceans.
Absolutely. However, recycling alone is not enough. We also need to focus on reducing plastic production, which can be achieved by implementing policies and regulations that encourage companies to use alternative materials.
In addition, educating the public about the impact of is critical. We need to raise awareness about the problem and promote sustainable behaviors that can help reduce plastic waste.
I agree. Collaboration between governments, businesses, and individuals is necessary to effectively address plastic pollution. By working together, we have significant impact in preserving our planet for future generations.
That's right. It's time for us to take action and make changes in our daily lives to reduce plastic waste and protect our environment.
The discussion was about plastic pollution and potential solutions to reduce it. The experts agreed that reducing our reliance on single-use plastics, recycling properly, and focusing on reducing plastic production are all important steps. Educating the public about the impact of plastic pollution and promoting sustainable behaviors is also crucial. Collaboration between governments, businesses, and individuals is necessary to effectively address the problem. It's important for everyone to take action and make changes in their daily lives to reduce plastic waste and protect the environment for future generations.
Tell us, what are the origins of Columbus Day and how is it celebrated today?
Columbus Day was first celebrated in the United States in 1892, as a way to honor Christopher Columbus's arrival in the Americas on October 12, 1492. The holiday is celebrated on the second Monday in October and is observed as a federal holiday. Today, the celebrations vary depending on the location, but they usually involve parades, music, and food.
I see. And what are some of the criticisms that have been made of Columbus Day?
Columbus Day has been criticized for perpetuating the myth of Columbus as a hero, when in fact, his arrival in the Americas marked the beginning of a period of violence, slavery, and genocide against the indigenous peoples. Some indigenous groups and their allies have pushed for the holiday to be replaced with Indigenous Peoples Day, which recognizes the resilience and contributions of indigenous communities and challenges the dominant narrative of colonialism.
That's a fascinating perspective. How do people respond to this call for change?
Well, the response has been mixed. Some people argue that changing the holiday would be erasing history, while others believe that it is a necessary step towards acknowledging the injustices committed against indigenous peoples. Nevertheless, many cities and states in the United States have already adopted Indigenous Peoples Day as an alternative to Columbus Day.
It's clear that the celebration of Columbus Day is a complex issue, with different opinions and perspectives.
The interview was about Columbus Day, a holiday commemorating Christopher Columbus' arrival in the Americas. The holiday was first celebrated in the United States in 1892 and is observed as a federal holiday. However, some indigenous groups and their allies have criticized the holiday for perpetuating the myth of Columbus as a hero and have called for it to be replaced with Indigenous Peoples Day. The response to this call for change has been mixed, with some arguing that changing the holiday would be erasing history, while others see it as a necessary step towards acknowledging past injustices.